The second part of our job as parents, according to Dr. Becky Kennedy, is validation. Essentially, it's expressing understanding of our child's experience and emotions. Saying things like, of course, that makes sense. I get it. This is hard. Validation doesn't mean we're always agreeing, but we're validating that our child's distress is real for them. To help you understand validation, let's start with some examples of the opposite of validation, invalidation. Let's use an example of you get home from work, it's been a hard day, you share with your partner about it, and options of ways your partner could respond. So let's say you get home and you say, oh my goodness, today, it was so hard to get Harley out the door, and then we were 20 minutes late to get to daycare, and then she had a meltdown when we said goodbye, so then by the time I got to work, I was 45 minutes late, and my boss gave me such a hard time about it. Ugh. Can anyone relate? And let's say your partner responds by saying something like, ugh, yeah, maybe tomorrow, leave 20 minutes earlier so it doesn't happen again. We might call this advice giving. Or if your partner says, I hear you, but don't you think you're being a little sensitive about the situation? Maybe criticizing. Or if they said, well, let's talk about the fact that we have vacation coming up. Distracting. Or, babe, your boss will get over it. It's really not a big deal. Minimizing. Get over this, or I'm just going to go finish the game from last night. Threatening. Would these responses help you feel more connected to your partner and more receptive to what else they had to say? Let's use an example with our kids. Let's say before we left home, we asked our child to pick up their crowns. Then we get home, and some of the crowns were left, and we realized the dog ate some of them. So our child is bawling. What if we said things like, well, next time maybe just listen to me, and this won't happen? Advice giving. You're upset, but you're the one who left the crowns out. You always leave your stuff everywhere. Criticizing. It's okay. Check out these colored pencils. You like these too. Distracting. They're just crowns. You have pencils, you have markers, too, pens, everything. Minimizing. Stop crying or I'm never buying you crowns again. Threatening. If we respond in these ways, do you think our child will feel more connected to us, more receptive to what we have to say? Likely not. But what if instead our partner said something like, gosh, that sounds awful. I know how hard it is to be a parent and trying to work full time. Or if we said to our child, of course you're upset. You loved those crowns. Ugh, so disappointing. Why would these responses feel more connecting? Because likely when we're sharing with our partner or when our child is bawling about the crayons, they're in the right side of their brain, the emotion-focused brain. So if we first respond from our right side of the brain, going to the emotion part, that will help our child or us as a partner be more open and more receptive to what our partner or child caregiver may have to say. Validating feelings, always, and then adding some boundaries and logic if needed. So what does this look like? Let's say we see our child is trying to shove a toy down the vent. We walk over, say, I won't let you shove the toy down the vent. I know that seems fun as we're grabbing the toy. I won't let you, it's not safe. This may be hard for you, I get it. Say our kid has a meltdown, they're on the floor, they're crying, validating. Of course you're mad. You really wanted to do that and I said no. I get that you're upset and I know we'll get through this and I won't let you shove the toy down the vent. Validation and boundaries. Why does validation matter? Why is it 50% of our job? Validation teaches our children that what they feel inside is real, so they can develop self-trust instead of self-doubt. An example of this is, let's say, a caregiver and a child are in the public restroom, the hand dryer goes off, and the kid visibly shows that they're scared of the loud noise. Instead of saying to our child something like, it's okay, it's not scary, I'm right here. Invalidating that our child showed us it was scary to them, we can say something like, that was scary. You are safe and I'm right here with you. Validation matters because it also helps our child name and organize their feelings inside. So in the hand dryer example, our child knows, Mom gets it. I was afraid. That is what I was feeling. That is real. It helps them categorize what they're feeling, put labels on them, and understands their internal world. And as we talked about in the kids video about their job expressing their emotions, where they are developmentally in their brain, they need a lot of help in this area. So as we validate, we are helping them to put language to what's going on inside. In another video, we'll talk about which one's harder for you, boundaries or validation.